Hello and welcome back to Factorio Tightening the Belt Megabase Guide. I'm Xterminator and thank you for joining me again. Today we're going to do some work on the main bus. We haven't really done a lot of that on camera and there's some stuff I want to cover with it. But first, I want to kind of summarize what I did in my last stream. We kind of changed the iron input here. What we've done is we've had this top train unload and it's come down and we've actually sent all 8 of these lanes through an 8-lane balancer is what this guy is. So they're all being balanced, which is more ideal than just doing the 4-lane. And speaking of that, we actually don't even need this 4-lane anymore because it already goes through the 8-lane. So it goes through here and then we're sending one off to steel as we were already. Another one of these goes off to steel, although I'll probably replace it here. And then the rest of these are going to our iron smelters. So one thing I want to do today is turn on our 4th iron smelter because I want 4 lines on the bus right now. And even though we're not using really what we have at the moment, I want 4 because it's going to make some split offs easier. I want to go over some proper split offs for the main bus once you start getting like 4 lanes and such, rather than just doing it how I have been doing it. Okay, so that guy, let's just do this. Well, I mean, there's a few ways you can really do the main bus, and it depends on your situation. So there's going to be some cases where we won't actually do split offs in a quote-unquote correct manner, and I'll explain why that is once we get there. So this is a little bit tight. Someone may have to come around this way or something. This copper is kind of in an awkward spot, to be honest. That's not what we wanted. Alright, so he's going to come over here. And sorry there's no episode last night, guys. There was part of the stream, and then I was... I'm going to leave that one for another steel line. I was very tired and such, so I just figured, you know, there was a stream, there was a mod spotlight. I'm going to take the night off. I hope you guys didn't mind. I find that if I go like too hard, that it just has a very negative impact and just makes things worse overall. Okay, so he's gonna go there and then he's gonna come this way. Okay, so this one should be hooked up. And this should provide us another lane here. We do want a red belt down the middle. I could do this with the upgrade planner. I should have. I forgot. I always forget to use these fancy tools that we have here. Okay, so we could do the upgrade planner now for this lane. Probably gonna run out of red belt. Oh, there's some yellow in there. Okay, so what we're doing here is, well, this is for the network, so ignore that. But this comes down and this just splits singular off to the side, and then this one splits off, and then this one splits off, and then this comes down and does a wonky thing. Here is what we'll call it. However, when you have a 4-lane bus like this, it's usually preferable to not just do something like that, but to actually pull from all lines, because if this smelter starts drying up, it just screws up your production here, even if these lines are backed up. So it's kind of like a balancer, right? Except for a split off, because you want to make sure that everything is kind of supplying everything. Now that's one option. The other option, which I may do here, I would do this more for circuits, which we're not really making here. But in some cases, you may just want to send an entire line off to the side to production if it requires a ton of iron. So like this, like whatever this, military. Can't think, military. For military, we would probably maybe actually just want to send an entire line this way because this takes a ton of iron between the gears and the turrets. So we may not do a actual split off here. We may want to rework some of this. And thinking about this, I'm trying to get into my head how we want this to work. So we're gonna have to kind of tear this up. Now I have a blueprint book here I got. I think these are proper. I recognize some of them as being proper split offs. I'm not sure on the others. I haven't seen some of these in here. But this one I am almost positive is pretty positive. It is a proper split off. I used it before for a 4-lane, and that's, you know, right. That's this is left, and then, you know, there's all these other ones, and it even says 2-sided internal balance compact. So this goes like, oh, it sends 2 off to one side, so that's pretty neat. if you need to send 2 off. And I just found these on Factorio Print's website. There's all kinds on there. I did have a book of these I used in my last base, but I lost it. So what we want to do is, I'm trying to think here. We need to think through this together. So this goes here. There's not actually room for this, I don't think. Yeah, there's not really room to do this here. We'd have to move it. That one may need to stay how it is. We'll have to see. But this one could do this. So what we're going to do is fill our inventory with iron in the process of this. So this goes to science. That one, we probably should do a proper split off like that, but we can move the belt around. So this, whoa, not that, that's a balancer. So this one here is, we just need to tear this up. This guy we're just going to put here. Hopefully all my bots will build it. Perfect. So what this is doing is this is just pulling from all lanes to go off to the side. So like I said, it's like a balancer, but for a split off. So, you know, these two are balancing between each other, and these two go under, and then these come through, and the inside ones here, so these inside ones are then taking and splitting off. So this guy's going to come over, and this doesn't really need to be red belt at this point, but that'll do that split off. And that just, this part just sits here empty, because we still have the 4 lanes, and the backed up part will just go. So then doing this 2 in a row, I think you can do. It is a little bit, it gets like a little bit, you know, hectic in here with all of this, but this is probably the way you would want to do it once you get like 4 lanes like this. So lining this up could be interesting. Yep, 1 more. Okay, so we're gonna tear that up. I'm just gonna hold shift so that can replace that. That's gonna go off to the side, and this goes to, okay, that goes to the rest of the science. This one, is this the one that goes to the military? Well, this goes to grenades and ammo. This one we could also do a split off. Yeah, because this one doesn't need a ton. So we're gonna tear this up. I'm actually going to dump some of that into the trash because I don't want all of it. We're probably gonna have to underground that steel. I would imagine it's gonna be right smack in the way. Yep. Again though, these can reach 4, that's why we do that. And pull these up. And this guy's gonna go here. Okay, so that splits off for this one. However, for this one down here, I think we may want to do something a little bit different. Now this is gonna be a bit odd. Well no, we don't need to do a dedicated line because it is pulling from all 4 of them. So the others will just make up the slack. This is actually fine. We probably just want to do this on all of them. So I could use the bots to do this, but based on the fact that like half the time the bots on my network do it, it's actually faster, I think, for me to just do it. So we're gonna do that. And of course, I had not continued these lines past this point. Now, if we want to, what we could do is have this like end here, because this is going to continue down, but we really don't know. I don't know that we need 4 lines. I'm trying to think, because if we could just like only continue like a couple of these and then all the backup would go into here, but I think we'll continue the 4 down, I suppose. Just kind of like this, when you do these split offs, that's what you want, rather than just doing like the really janky split offs I was doing. You do want to continue the 4 lane pretty much all the way down, unless you're avoiding these and just doing like full off lines where just like this whole line just turns off here and then just never continues. But if you're doing this, you probably want to do the 4 lanes all the way down and then just do the split offs each time, because the point of this is to split off from all 4, right? This is pulling from all 4 lanes theoretically and sitting it down each split off. So, you know, if you have a really huge draw and such, then the rest of the lines can take up the slack, is what I'm trying to say, but can't. We need to go get some more red belt. I could request it, but again, I think it's faster for me to just walk there until I get super fast bots. And once we get these split offs going, I do want to start research, and I think we may find that this stuff is working quite a lot better with these proper split offs. Because, I mean, you guys have seen, you know, the lack of iron we have in a lot of places. I think that aside from just general belt throughput issues we may have, I think that this is going to help a lot with the issues we did have. So I apparently am out of those, which we will need. Okay, so let's just tear this guy up. And throw him down here. Do that. And I'm just gonna make, like, I'm just gonna convert the whole bus to red belt at this point. So this one, okay, so this one needs to go here. So this I've done a bit of a odd thing where I just turn off the whole line, and that was because those needed a lot of iron. But again, we want to just do a proper split off here. So let's pull that. And I don't know what the hell this is doing. What's this for? What is this for? Oh, right, that was for, well, that's for the belt, you idiot. That's what it's for. So this is going to be interesting because we don't have, maybe we do, I don't know. Let's open this up and look. So that's a double. We could just do that double one. And then these are some other weird things. There's like, you see these red 4-belt split offs. I question the fact if these are actually correct, these top ones. They may be one side balance split off. Okay, so what we can do though is we want like this double one. Because then what we can do is get rid of that. But then what we can do is just do this. And there we go. Do this, and then this one will split. This one goes here, and then this one can just. Did this need to be on one side? No, it can be both. And that one would just go there, like that. So there you go. There's our double, and then this guy's gonna come down, and that was splitting off somewhere. Not quite sure what that was going to, but it looks like that's the end of our iron requirements for right now. That goes to the pipe there. So again, just same thing, and we should be in pretty good shape. And then we want to start some research now. Let's we could get a bot speed 1,000 of each. That may actually be our first space science research here. So could go ahead and get that. I'm tempted to not do that and actually get like a mining prod, but we need to use some space science. Let's do it. Do that, and well, that was the wrong one. Don't need a double one here. Abort. Okay, now it's filled with iron, so I'm filled with iron. Okay, here we go. That's what we wanted. Fantastic, and that'll just go there. This can remain yellow belt, and that should hopefully keep things a bit better because we now have 4 red belts of iron, which is quite a lot. That would be equivalent to the 8 yellows. Okay, dudes, take my iron, maybe not all of it. I do want some. Don't need all this solid fuel or rocket fuel. Or batteries. I don't know how like this random stuff ends up in my inventory. The bots are just sneaking it in there. Okay, so sweet. So we have that. And, I mean, this is going to take, you know, quite a bit of iron. It's not a military research, so that actually won't take all that much. The mining drills do still take quite a lot for the blue science, but it should be fine. Okay, so that works. We also want to red belt, I had wanted and then forgot to red belt the copper here because I was noticing on stream that we had some issues. So this one, we can use the upgrade planner and hopefully not break something in the process. Am I out of red belt? Almost, pretty much. How about I don't need the coal thing to be red belt. It doesn't need to be. Okay, so we need to go get some more red belt, and then... See, the dudes are supposed to be bringing it to me, but they're so damn slow that I could just walk over there faster and get it. I don't know what you guys are doing. Like, I'm right here. Are you gonna help, or what? Alright, for God's sake. Alright. We need to just red belt the copper belt there. So looking at this, these are slow because... Why do we have no furnaces again? Didn't we solve this issue? Oh, now it's a red circuit issue. Ooh. Well then. That's a problem. Currently, that's just a red circuit production issue. Previously, It was actually a green circuit issue with those. So you can see here that this iron line is much more saturated now, because it's actually pulling from all 4 lanes. Yeah, that's not good. we don't really want that red circuit issue, so we could go upgrade the red circuit build. I'm sure that's just going to become then a green circuit problem. It's pretty much how Factorio works. It just moves the issues around, but that's part of the fun, right? And then this can just go like that. 2 yellows into the red should be fine, so those can stay yellow. That should get that cranking along, and let's see what we can do about... I really wish you could shift click these into here. So what we can do about this. I mean, we're making, 350 of them a minute, but the furnaces take a lot. I mean, they take 5 apiece. So that's 60 furnaces a minute. Just 120. Well, I mean, really, that should be able to keep up, except we're using it in like 3 different places, so that doesn't help. Yeah, so we can expand this, but the problem I'm running into is after this backup goes away, it actually becomes a copper problem here, is what the issue is. And that problem is... Oh, great. Okay, sure. Go do that. That problem is that it just needs to be red belt, I think. So let's go ahead and make this red belt. And actually, before I do that, before we waste the stuff, we do not need this anymore because belt compression is fixed. Woohoo! Alright, so he's just going to come over, just turn like that. Okay, so now let's go ahead and upgrade that. How much of my red belt did that use? All of it? Pretty much. Hey, we knocked that out fairly quick. Those beacon labs help a lot, I'm telling you. So this just all needs to be red belt, really. Now we do have this other smelter, and this one actually could be turned on instead, or in addition to, because what this is actually supposed to do is supplement, is it comes down and it's going to split, and half of a line is going to tie in probably about here-ish, and then the other half is going to go underneath here and tie in like over here to supplement. That's why we have this additional furnace. So that would actually probably be a better use than making it red belt, in all honesty. Help if we did actually build it as well. It's usually a good thing. So this one, yeah, why don't we do that? It's probably time to hook this up. We have all the stuff for it. I mean, the copper's right there. So he's gonna come over this. I don't know why that was silly being there. And we're missing a ton of inserters, so we're gonna have to go get some inserters. But I've changed my mind. I actually don't want this red belt right now. I want my red belt back. Take a refund, please. Can we downgrade this? Is this like... I don't know if you can you downgrade too? We're about to find out. This may just break something entirely. I think it worked, right? Oh yeah. No. Wrong. Oh jeez. Okay, that... It's not really what I wanted. It gets a little bit confused when you have them mixed in like that. Okay, so that should have taken care of most of that. I mean, the red belt won't really hurt anything. Okay, so we've got that, and let's go get some more inserters and stuff so we can finish that smelter, and then we'll tie in the lines, and I'll kind of show you how that's going to work. Science, well, red circuits are just going to majorly hold it up, really, but might as well knock out another one. Let's knock out... Oh, did we never do this? Let's knock out cargo size. I thought, like, in the back of my mind we'd finish that, but then I second-guessed myself, and I was like... Or I thought we hadn't finished, and I was like, well, no, why wouldn't I have finished it? And I guess we hadn't, actually. So, inserters... Come on, bots, you can do it. Take all the stuff. Recycle all that yellow belt. Come on over here to get the inserters. Might as well just take all of them. Let's see. We should be in pretty good shape. Iron is looking quite healthy. Yeah, I think red circuit's going to be the limiting factor at this point. So we need to not only upgrade the... So you can see, actually. See how this circuit thing... Well, this is backlog, but really it never makes it past, like, here-ish. So we do need to fix that. This one's fine. It's this one that we're having some issues with. So what we need to do at this point is, first off, finish this smelter. Better be enough inserters, man. at least get this one turned on. Like, that would be great. Okay. Also, don't need this. Here I am. I went to all the work to like make the special blueprint, and then they fix it. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad they fixed it, but okay. So he's gonna come over, and he's gonna go in. I would say a safe place to merge. I mean, is this one actually working fully? Not really. I think merging before that would probably be ideal. So if we just go like that. I think that's what I would want. Or, I mean, really, you could just almost you could just cut it, right? Another option is just to cut this here and then just tie the other one in. This works too, because then if any happens to make it down there, it can. But we also need to do another thing, which is not going to be pretty. Trying to figure out how to actually finagle this in here. I have to use red belt, I think, because we need to actually get another one over. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to use red belt here, underground, to get it through here, which is fine. Hopefully, damn it. No, all right, we can just go like that. Sweet. And this can be yellow belt. Like I said, we don't need this red belt throughput speed, we just need the distance that it provides us. And this one can go here, just like the other. And that should hopefully help get things moving a bit better. And because this will turn all of these on. Now, iron may be an issue. This does take more copper than iron, of course. But we'll see how the iron holds up. This should at least give us a bit more. One thing we can do, though, is tear up all this junk. Make these a little cleaner. I think it is definitely a cleaner design without those. It was just required though at that point in time. There you go. Things are shaping up pretty good. That looks really nice, I think. So this guy is going good. This guy's good. So this is turning them all on, and we should have. Well, had I actually turned this part on, you dirt. Okay, so let's do this, and we'll copy him, and do that. This should now be a full line, and what if this backs up, which it may not, because we are using a bit of circuits on the bus. That was also the other problem we were running into. But even without this back, see, this is now 100% saturated, which is fantastic. Now, there's no guarantee that, you know, the copper is actually going to keep up, but we'll see. So this saturated line should get farther down. I'm not actually sure if it will get to the end here. We may need to turn this into red belt and then extend it further. We'll have to see, but this certainly should help. I mean, this will definitely help, because before it was like maybe 3/4 saturated, but now it's obviously a lot more, so that should help. That research took quite a while. I think, yeah, we just have like no purples is the problem. Or yellows for that matter. What is holding up yellow research? I don't know. Whatever goes on this half of the line. Speed modules, which is red circuits. Surprise, surprise. Okay, well, so then red circuits is definitely what needs working on. But I think that's going to do it for now, guys. We're at about 24 minutes. I'm pretty happy with what we got accomplished. I'm going to regret tearing these up at some point. And I hope you guys enjoyed. You know, it wasn't like super thrilling, but I hope these split-offs kind of helped. I mean, you can find these on just Factorio prints. All kinds of them. But yeah, so this one's obviously specifically for red belt, but the same thing applies to yellow and blue. So yeah, I hope these split offs hopefully kind of helped you and give you an idea of how this works. We got another line hooked up, hopefully got the reds working a bit better, and turned on the other smelter, which is something I wanted to have done a long time ago anyway. And I'm pretty happy with how things are going. Alright, that's going to do it, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and leave any thoughts, questions down below. But until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.